Hi, this is Hutch, and welcome back to video number 3 of our series on how to build a church website. And if you recall in our last video, we set up our hosting. We set up our hosting on Flywheel, and so we've got that all set up. We installed our WordPress site was installed as part of that process. And today we're going to take a look at setting up some key plugins that we're going to need to help us build this website. Now there'll be some other plugins that we're going to install later, but I just want to get a couple key ones installed for now and kind of show you where we're at on that. And then we'll move on from there. So I'm going to jump over here to my site where it's set up in Flywheel. This is my Flywheel account. This may look familiar to you. If you set yours up in Flywheel, you'll have a screen that looks like this. If you haven't, then it won't look like this. So here is our website, and I like working from the Flywheel dashboard because I can actually log into the back of my website by clicking on this admin bar right here. So if I click on WP admin, that'll take me over to my website, log me into the back end. I've got this little welcome dashboard. It tells me that I have WordPress 5.9.2 installed, and you can see over here on the left-hand side, we've got a administration menu here where we can do various things in our website. I'm not going to go through all these and show all this stuff to you. We'll look at these things as needed so we don't confuse you with a bunch of stuff that you're not going to remember anyway after this video. So what I want to look at is installing some plugins. We're going to click on plugins, and as we can see right now, we really only have one plugin installed, and that is the Classic Editor. And I install that plugin because that just it's an easier interface between this and Elementor. WordPress has now moved to a blocks builder, and that's fine. It's great if you're used to that. I'm not, so I'm not going to show you that. This is how I use it. So I use the Classic Editor, and you'll see more about that in a little bit. So what we need to do is install a couple of plugins right now that are going to make our life a whole lot easier when it comes to building a website on the WordPress platform. And so the way we install new plugins here is we simply click on this Add New. And that takes us into this area. It's called a WordPress repository. And this is where all of the third-party plugins live that you can install on your WordPress website and use. Here's that Classic Editor that we've already installed. We can see that it's showing as active. The next plugin I want to install right off the bat is one called Elementor. Elementor is the page builder that I use to build all of my client websites with. It's a fantastic tool for making building a website a whole lot easier than if you just had to write it from code. There are other page builders out there, but I'm not going to talk to you about those because, quite frankly, I think Elementor is the best, and we're going to just carry on with that and keep it straightforward. So here's the Elementor website builder. It's free. I will say that some of these plugins do cost money, and you'll know that when you go to install them, but they almost all have a free version, and then you pay a fee if you want some additional features. And the same thing is true with Elementor. Elementor has a pro version of Elementor, and that costs money. It's one that I use on all my websites. And if you end up having me build your website for you, you'll get access to that pro version as well. But you don't really need that to build a simple church website. And if we run into a situation where you will need a feature from there, we'll talk about that. But for now, I'm just going to install the free version. So we click the Install Now button, and that will install the plugin, and now it's asking us to activate it. And so I'll click on Activate, and it'll go through its thing here and let you know that it's getting the plugin in, it's getting set up. And so you can create your account in Elementor by simply clicking here. And I've already got an account, so I'm just going to go ahead and connect, but you can go through the process of setting up your site. And basically what this does is if you end up building multiple sites, it'll keep track of everything for you. So, but if you're just going to build one church website, it's not really a big deal. Now, this next screen is talking about the theme. Okay, and the theme is sort of the front end look and feel tool for your website, and you need a theme. And this Hello theme that Elementor supplies is a very bare bones, minimal theme. And it's a pretty good theme because it's not overcomplicated and it works very well with Elementor. So I would say just to click the button that says continue with the Hello theme. And we've already, we want you to give your site a name. It plugs in what you've already have in your WordPress site. We're just going to go with that. And we'll just leave it at church layouts. You'll put your church name in there, of course. And if you already have a digital logo that you want to upload, you can do that. We're going to skip that for now. Yeah, we'll skip that for now and come back to that in a little bit. So we'll skip that load. And that's it. That's a wrap. And so it tells us what's next is to edit a blank canvas with the Elementor editor or browse from other templates to import your own. We're going to skip all this stuff right now and come back to that in a bit. Okay, so Elementor is loading, and now we are actually logged in or have access to the Elementor page builder. Okay, and I'm going to jump out of here for now. We're going to come back. I'm going to show you how to use this page builder. I'm going to show you everything you need to know to build your site, but I just wanted to get that plugin installed. And so the way we get back out of this is we just click on this little menu up here and exit to the dashboard. Okay, so here we are. If we go back into plugins, we can see that we've got now, instead of just a classic editor, we also have Elementor installed. And if you come down over here to the appearance, and you'll see it drop down, it'll say themes. If we click on themes, you'll see that we have the Hello theme is now installed. So those are the two things we need to actually get started building our website. These other themes here are themes that automatically get installed when you install your WordPress site, and we're not going to use them. And I recommend that you go ahead and delete those. So we go into the details, and there's a little delete button over here. You always want to keep your WordPress site clean. You don't want a bunch of stuff loaded in there that you're not using. It just gives, it just makes your site more vulnerable from a security aspect and possibly break things. And so you always want to keep it as clean as possible, not keep things on the site that you're not using. Now, I do keep one, I tend to keep one theme, and it's usually the latest theme. I usually keep this extra theme here just in case something goes haywire. I've got a theme on here that I can use to look at things. But that's it. So this is the theme we're going to use. This is the Hello theme, and that will be the theme we use. Now, if I go back out to my that theme is now activated. If I go back out to my visit my site, you'll see on the front end things look a little different now. I don't have that little bird. You remember how that theme looked? It looked like this. Well, let me refresh this page and get that other stuff out. Remember the other theme looked like this? Well, now we're on this Hello theme, and so that's gone now. And so when we look at the church site, we basically got a blank slate here. And this is the most daunting part about building a website. People always talk about, well, I can build my old website with Wix or whatever other website builders are out there. And here's where you run into your first stumble. You come up here and you got just blank screen, and you have no idea where to start, what to start doing, what to build first, what the page should look like, any of those elements. And we're going to talk about all of that stuff in this video series. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to get in here and help you get those two plugins installed, or get that plugin and that theme installed. And in the next video, we'll go in here and start laying out our menus and our home page and get that all started. Okay, so that's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one. I should point out also that as we move along here, I will be letting you know whether or not the anything that we're going to do is going to cost you any extra money. And so if there's any other fees involved, I'm trying to do this as inexpensively as possible for you small church guys. And so I'll let you know if we run anything. But for the most part, everything we're going to be doing is being done with free themes. So far, the only expense we've had is to set up our hosting with Flywheel, and there's just no way to avoid a hosting cost. It's, as we talked about in the last video, it's one of those things that just has to be done, and better to not do the cheapest hosting in the world. So that's why we used Flywheel. So there you go, and we'll see you in the next video.